Then start.
Good evening to all of you and welcome to this session on ISRO, interview preparation for ISRO interview call. You would have noticed that this time ISRO has different weightages for different aspects. In fact, in the session which I had conducted earlier for taking care of the calls of CEPO, I had discussed these things in detail. I'm just repeating it once again. I'll bring out the specific content in the call letter or in the interview guide, in the advertisement that has been mentioned, so that you're clear about it. And then obviously the big question is where from to prepare. कहाँ से prepare करेंगे उस चीज के लिए, उस aspect को भी cover करने की पूरी कोशिश करेंगे, पर थोड़ी सी preparation आपको अपने end पे करनी पड़ेगी. I cannot be, doing spoon feeding straight into your mouth. I can only tell you, yes, read these parts, read these parts, and read these parts. And that is something which you do. It will take care of some aspects of the interview weightage. That is branch related and branch related in the context of ISRO. That is what is the requirement which has to be addressed by you, right? Today, primarily, I'll be covering the details required for the call getters from electronics and computer science, because for these two branches, they have announced the interview schedule. And that is what we'll try to cover. For mechanical, we'll have a specific session which will address only the subject specific needs. The rest of it is obviously going to be common only. Whatever are the specific needs related to mechanical, we'll cover it in the next session when the interview calls for mechanical are announced. There's a fairly large number of candidates who have been shortlisted finally for the interview process, right? I'll make use of a PPT, standard contents, nothing very fancy about it. But more importantly, I'll be talking about the filling up of the application form. In fact, they have given reference to main application form. As of now, they have not yet uploaded that application form which they are referring to as the main application form on the website where they have given the interview schedule. But if I go back to the details of the CEPO interview process, there they have uploaded that detailed biodata form. As far as the content of that biodata form are concerned, I have already got a video prepared for that. Will be sharing the content related to that with you so that you can watch that video and not make the mistake of filling up any wrong entry in that particular biodata form. And as far as the current application, current call letter is concerned, they have enclosed the biodata form with it. So what to fill, where to fill, what not to fill is something which I had recorded a small clipping related to that. I'll play it in totality. I'll run that entire 10 minutes video today as a part of our interaction so that I can address any queries which are emerging based on that. That is something which is important because you can't be making a mistake in the application form which you are filling up, right? And if you have read the advertisement carefully, there is a finite amount of weightage in case you are a pass out of any of the IITs, IISc, NITs, or the top 20 NIRF ranking institutes. There is a finite amount of credit given to you in case you are in the top 3 ranks of your branch in your college. But of course, they require proof that yes, you are in the top 3, right? The application form which you had filled up at the time of applying to ISRO, I'm sure all of you are having a copy preserved. Do take a printout, keep it with you. The form which they have sent to you, that needs to be filled up. You can fill it up by hand, there is no problem. The detailed coverage of the main application form, you will watch, you'll go through that video. That's a little longer video, but then you can run it at 25% faster speed so that it saves you time. In terms of anything which is not related to technical or not related to ISRO, the chances of being asked is very low. The chances are very remote that they are going to get into your hobbies or your extracurricular activities or any such things. That's less. Even if they get into it, that will be only to judge your communication skills, because there is a finite amount of weightage of your communication skills. Please understand one thing. Communication skills का ये मतलब नहीं है that you are speaking English at breakneck speed. No. Or you are speaking English using flowery language or using words which are from Dr. Shashi Tharoor's dictionary. बिल्कुल नहीं है ऐसा. Communication skills means whatever you are speaking, are you able to convey properly? Whatever you are speaking, is it understood by the people sitting opposite you or not? एक और प्रॉब्लम और वरी जो आप लोगों के माइंड में है, क्या मैं हिंदी में आंसर कर सकता हूं? माय आंसर इज, लॉजिकली स्पीकिंग, यस यू कैन. As a matter of fact, when they ask you a question in English, you can start answering in English. But then if you get stuck in expressing yourself, please make a request. Sir, please allow me to use mix of Hindi and English. They will not say no to you. They will not say no to you. Please be clear about that, and you will not receive any negative marks because of that. Ultimately, they are looking at the content and the way in which you are conveying the content. Clarity of communication is important. Language is only a media to express yourself. They will not give you any penalties for using Hindi in answering. But obviously, other than Hindi and English, you cannot be using any other language. That's something which you have to keep in mind, right? Let me just start with sharing of the PDF, sharing of the slide so that we can quickly run it through. Okay. I hope it is clear enough, clearly visible to all of you. I'm sure it will be even visible clearly in for even if you're watching it on a phone. And on the iPad, I'm able to see it very clearly in the YouTube. There is no problem at all, right? Right. Here we go. Obviously, you should use your actual name so that we can ask you to unmute and address your specific query once we start on that mode. Guidelines for ISRO interview are the same as the guidelines for BARC interview. And the most important line is, do not boast about your knowledge. No, don't boast about your knowledge, right? I'm getting a message that my internet connection is unstable. Let me try to switch over to another internet connection so that this problem does not affect our interaction. That's about all. Right, we are connected to a different connection. Hopefully, there will be no problem. Don't boast about your knowledge. Be prepared to go for important derivation or be prepared to have extensive discussion about important formulas. It can be there. They can ask you, right? There is every possibility that they may ask you to go on a whiteboard to give the explanations. Earlier, when they used to conduct interviews with Delhi as one of the venues, they were very clear about the fact that yes, we'll need to go on the whiteboard only, but this time the venue of the interviews is Ahmedabad. I don't know what is the prevalent mode there, but be prepared to write on a whiteboard. You should not panic if you are asked to go to the whiteboard, which means practice a little bit writing with a marker pen. The typical duration of the interview can be 25 to 45 minutes. I'm using the term 25 to 45 minutes, right? But at the same time, remember one thing, a short interview is not necessarily bad, and a long interview is not necessarily good. This is a statement which I keep making Okay, somebody has, I don't know what is MSD. Please use your full name at least, my dear friend. Why are you hiding your name? It's mentioned by somebody that it is whiteboard. So please give yourself a little bit of practice of writing using the marker on the whiteboard so that you are not caught on the wrong foot. Important है, बहुत important है. एक और क्वेश्चन आता है माइंड में, क्या मुझे प्रोजेक्ट के बारे में पूछ सकते हैं? प्रोजेक्ट के बारे में BARC में तो जीरो है. I don't think any of you who have appeared for BARC interview would have been asked about the project. In ISRO interview, they may ask you about the project in case it is something which is connected with the work. Only in that case. If it's a run-of-the-mill project which doesn't have any connect with the ISRO working, very good, very good. That's it. And there is a space for writing about your project in the main application form, as you will see. I'll display the application form. I'll display the application form on the screen for you so that you are aware of it, right? Okay, right. Akanksha has confirmed that they have not asked in the BRC interview, and I'm reasonably sure that they don't touch about the project in the BRC interview, right? But in ISRO interview, they have a tendency at times, but then only if it is relevant. उस चीज का ध्यान रखना है आपने. ठीक है? Weightage is something which I was talking about. On a 100 marks scale, 40 marks are for the technical knowledge, 20 marks are general awareness with respect to area of preference. Now here area of preference obviously refers to your branch. Presentation and communication skills 20 marks. Comprehension 10 marks. What do we mean by word comprehension? Comprehension means, are you able to understand the questions that are being asked from you and you are able to interpret them correctly, which means you are giving the answer with reference to the context. ऐसा नहीं है कि वो बोल रहे हैं आप चलिए तो पूर्व दिशा में, you are asked to move in the eastern direction but you suddenly start walking in the west. Now that is not proper comprehension. That means you are not even understood the question correctly. So understanding the question correctly and then giving the right answer will be comprehension. Giving the right answer in a manner that it is clearly understood by the people sitting opposite you is presentation and communication. So 30 marks is a very valuable kind of contribution, which your ability to understand questions and convey the right answers in a manner which are understood by the panel will carry for this particular interview. Academic achievements have 10 marks. They have given, like, if this is the percentage, then you are getting these many marks, etc., etc. They have specified it. It's all transparent. Weightage for final ranking. 50% gate score, but in this case, it is going to be not gate score, but it is going to be your written exam score. And 50% marks for the interview performance. Qualifying marks are 60% for all categories. Aggregate, that is gate score, the written exam score, let me write here, gate/CBT. That will make it correct, right? The weightage, after the weightage of 50% of gate or CBT plus 50% for interview, then the qualifying score is 60% for all categories except persons with benchmark disabilities, in which case 50% marks are the required marks. Okay. Breakup is given, it's the same one. Right. The 10 marks breakup for the academic achievements. If you are from the top 20 NIRF ranking institutes, then you get 3 marks. Or if you are from IITs or from ISC, you get 3 marks, otherwise 0. Academic performance, if your CGPA is above 9 or above, or percentage is 85% or above, then you get 4 marks. If your CGPA is between 7.5 and 9 or percentage is between 71 and 85, you get 2. For the rest, it is 0. Ranking in the institute, if it is top 3, you get 3 marks. Otherwise, there is 0. That means there is a possibility of you getting 10, where that's obviously very, very high. But at least 8 is something which is within the reach if you try hard. If you try hard. Okay. Qualifying marks we have already talked about. preparing for the ISRO interview requires you to be very thorough with subject knowledge. 10 सब्जेक्ट्स नहीं पूछते हैं, फेवरेट सब्जेक्ट आपके क्या हैं वो भी शायद ना पूछें। बीएआरसी में आपको अपॉर्चुनिटी देते हैं कि आप अपने कौन से सब्जेक्ट प्रिपेयर करके आए हैं उनके 4 के नाम लिख दीजिए पेपर के ऊपर या व्हाइट बोर्ड के ऊपर। बट इन इसरो दे मे और मे नॉट गिव दिस ऑप्शन. So even if they are not giving, doesn't matter. If you're prepared, if you have not prepared some subjects and they ask you questions, you can always politely say, sorry, sir, I have not prepared this subject. However, I have prepared this subject, and they'll respect that. BARC, again, I'm told they have not asked these 4 subjects. So that means, again, there is a change in BARC's modus operandi. Akanksha, what is your branch? Is it electronics or is it, yeah, it is electronics. I remember. Yes. So in electronics, they have not asked in BARC, but anyway, we'll try to judiciously identify the subjects that would be relevant for ISRO. Because that again is part of your preparation. Okay. Start your preparation from basic knowledge and then obviously get on to handle more and more difficult questions. They do not start from the very basics in case of ISRO. They may start from mid-range and then they'll keep jacking up the degree of difficulty and end up having a conversation. Interview is nothing but a conversation. हमेशा इस चीज को याद रखना. They are not out to reject you. They are out to select you, provided you are meeting their expectation level. Right? कम से कम 4 सब्जेक्ट जरूर प्रिपेयर करके जाइए. कौन से 4 चूज करने हैं? We'll take a look at it for electronics and computer science one by one. Project and training not likely to matter. Questions on hobbies not likely to have any role in your selection. But then the most important line is the last line in this sheet. Do not bluff while answer. आपसे एक सवाल पूछा, आपको उसका आंसर नहीं आता, आपने आंसर दे दिया और आपको पता है गलत आंसर है, उनको भी समझ आ गया गलत आंसर है. दे विल नॉट रिएक्ट. आपसे एक और सवाल पूछा, फिर से आपने गलत आंसर दे दिया बट विथ कॉन्फिडेंस. उन्होंने आपको ब्रांड कर दिया कि भैया ये तो ब्लफ मास्टर है. एंड इफ यू आर ब्रांडेड एज अ ब्लफ मास्टर, दे हैव डिसाइडेड दे आर नॉट गोइंग टू गिव यू minimum qualifying marks in the interview. So be clear on that. So don't make that blunder of giving wrong answers with the confidence of giving it the right answer. मत करना ऐसा, गलती करोगे. I had given the link of ONGC video, ONGC Interview Guidance Program. Please watch that. And that's the reason why I'm not covering these details in this session. I want to spend more time in addressing your queries rather than spend time on something which has already been covered extensively. Please watch those videos. They are important. They'll be useful. ISRO के इंटरव्यू के बारे में एक चीज जरूर मैं ऐड कर सकता हूं. You need not go in a tie and a 3-piece suit because it does not matter. Unlike in PSUs where it may have a bearing, in case of ISRO, BARC, DRDO interviews, going in a suit and tie does not add. In fact, there is one candidate who went in a 3-piece suit and a tie. It was immediately after he appeared for engineering services interview, and the chairman of the interview board asked him, are you coming for a modeling assignment? So please don't give that opportunity. He's a tall, lanky person. He's been selected in civil services exam. Brilliant guy otherwise. But unfortunately, he could not make it to ISRO. Avoidable. Avoid करो. क्यों गलती करते? उनको नहीं चाहिए 3-piece सूट वाले, ना से. आप ordinary dress में जाइए, shirt, trouser, properly ironed, whatever dress is comfortable for you, that's it. But don't go in t-shirt and jeans. Similarly for girls, don't go in, don't make a fashion statement. That's the important thing. Prefer to go in conventional dress. But if you're very uncomfortable, all right, then you can go in formal shirt and a formal trouser. That's it. But it should be less preferred. All right. More important part of our discussion is going to be what to prepare in terms of subjects. Which subjects should be prepared? Tell us something about yourself. Can be the opening question. जरूरी नहीं है कि आपको पूरा आंसर देने दे. आप उनके पास पूरा आपका बायोडाटा पड़ा हुआ है, आपने एप्लीकेशन फॉर्म भरा है, आपने डिटेल्ड एप्लीकेशन फॉर्म भरना है. They have all the information. This is just to start conversation. एक बातचीत करने का सिलसिला शुरू करने के लिए आपसे सवाल कर सकते हैं. Maybe after you speak 2-3 lines, give the name of your college, and maybe you give the title of your project or something like that, they'll start the questioning. Or maybe they directly come to the questions itself, right? So it's not so important. The least important parts in this interview would be the extracurricular activities and co-curricular activities, your details related to your sports, NCC games, and other related achievements, strengths and weaknesses, not very important, family details, zero importance. So don't start with the fact that, sir, I am from a village background. कोई फायदा नहीं होगा, कोई आपको वेटेज नहीं मिलेगी, कोई आपको sympathy नहीं उसके लिए मिलने वाली. So don't even start with that. Straight away come to the brass tacks. Sir, after completing my schooling from my hometown, which is Azamgarh, I joined Institute of Engineering and Technology, Lucknow, to pursue my BTech in Electronics and Communication. मैंने स्कूल का नाम नहीं बताया, बोर्ड का नाम नहीं बताया, 10th 12th में परसेंटेज नहीं बताई. Zero relevance. BTech percentage can be relevant. You can talk about it, right? But as I said, watch the ONGC video for more detailed coverage. Here, let's come to the points which can be very useful for you. Non-tech questions, again, do not play a significant role. In fact, almost no role as far as ISRO is concerned. But again, answers to these questions, please go for watching the ONGC video. ISRO is never likely to get privatized, just like BARC cannot get privatized, DRDO cannot get privatized, even ISRO cannot get privatized. So this question is actually a theoretical question, never been done, right? So don't worry about it, okay? The reason why you want to work in ISRO is important. The reason why you want to work in ISRO, particularly keeping in mind the B001, B002, and B003, they are for research positions. They are scientist positions. That means you are contributing to the research going on in ISRO. Whether it is electronics, that means a major chunk of it could be related to communication, and that to satellite communication. If it is mechanical, it could be related to the, related to the propulsion centers, propulsion mechanisms, even materials for that matter. As a matter of fact, the document folder which I'm going to be sharing with you, for mechanical engineers, it's relevant. I am including some write-ups on the specific materials which are in use by ISRO, not relevant for electronics and computer science. But definitely you need to be having awareness about such things, right? Coming to the choice of subjects, the preferred choice of subjects, I'll use the term. Analog electronics, digital electronics. In communication, satellite communication is very important. Analog communication and digital communication can be prepared. Digital signal processing or signal systems can be prepared. Control systems is important. Antennas can be very useful for this particular interview process. It's very critical and very important. Analog and digital communication can be prepared. Idea is you can prepare 4 or 5 subjects, but don't ignore preparing for satellite communication as an electronics engineer. Don't ignore preparation related to antennas. It's very important. Earth stations are important for ISRO, right? The remote monitoring stations which ISRO has, obviously they work based on effective antennas only. So knowledge is very, very important. Okay. When we come to mechanical, okay, let me skip it. I'll skip it. For computer science, the most important subject would be operating systems, computer networking, data and network security. Discrete mathematics is extremely important, data structures and algorithm. And then, I can add other subjects related to computer science, which means DBMS. You can talk about even AI for that matter. You can cover computer organization. If you are aware of the advances in artificial intelligence in the context of space, it can be a very important subject to prepare for. You can talk about it, you can highlight that, but on a reference to context basis only. जबरदस्ती मत मेंशन करना. जबरदस्ती मेंशन करने का कोई फायदा नहीं हो, right? Okay. Some aspects related to ISRO which need to be looked at. Who is the Secretary of the Department of Space? It is Dr. V. Narayanan. And he is also de facto the chairman of ISRO, right? Department of Space directly reports to the Prime Minister. There is no Minister for Space, directly reports to the Prime Minister's office, right? And obviously, the various programs which Department of Space is mandated with are the INSAT program for telecom broadcasting, metrology and development of education, the remote sensing program for application of satellite imagery for various development purposes, the research and development in space sciences and technology. As a matter of fact, there is a Indian Institute of Space Technology, which is based in Trivandrum, which is almost dedicated for this work. 50% of the pass outs are almost assured of a placement in ISRO, even at the undergraduate level as well as at the postgraduate level, right? Then ISRO accomplishes the space mission, the mission to moon, lunar missions. They are all under the aegis of ISRO only, right? The various missions that have been completed. Again, some more details about ISRO. I'm going to be sharing the contents of this slideshow also, right? I'll convert it into a PDF and send it to you. The recent missions of ISRO have been listed in this particular slide. I'm just displaying it. You want to take a screenshot, you can take a screenshot. Otherwise, they are going to be shared with you by way of mail. Those of you who have joined using YouTube only, let me write my email ID in the chat there also. Just give me a minute. Okay, it is DK Arora at madeasy.in. Please feel free to write to me. Definitely, you have to give the details and preferably enclose the biodata form which you submitted at the time of applying for ISRO. That will be a mandatory requirement in case you want to get these all these slides and details, right? This is not relevant because, okay. This was one part of information related to ISRO. Now I'll come to the second part of information related to ISRO. Let me again share. They are again being shared from the website of ISRO only. I'm not doing any value addition, neither now nor at any other time. The reason clearly is that the information is best disseminated if it comes from the source. And the source clearly is ISRO website only. So let me just go to that website and share it. I hope you are able to see it clearly. There is a message. Let me just check what is this message about. Shyam Sundar, you have to actually carry a letter issued by your institute, which specifically says that your rank is first, second, or third. आपके द्वारा बनाया गया document acceptable नहीं होगा. It has to be under the seal of the director of your institute. Only that will be acceptable proof. No other proof is acceptable. Okay. The website of ISRO, when you visit, you will notice that there are different tabs. Under the head services, it is giving a list of the services which are being rendered by ISRO. You can go into a little bit of details of each of them. Satellite communication and lease of transponders is one of the activities of Department of Space, which is doing through ISRO. Then activities, missions, upcoming missions, launchers, satellites, all these are clearly related to information about ISRO. Then we have a very important initiative of ISRO is navigation with Indian constellation nicknamed Navik. It's a set of 7 satellites which have been launched with purpose. 3 of these satellites are placed in the geostationary orbit. The longitude and latitude have been mentioned. And 4 satellites are placed in inclined geosynchronous orbit, right? The ground network consists of a control center, the precise timing facility, the range and integrity monitoring, and two-way ranging stations. 2 major services are being provided by NAVIC. One is the standard position service for civilian usage, and then there is a strategic service for restricted service for strategic users. These are both provided. The bands in which these services are available are L5, that is 1176 megahertz, and S band, that is 2498 megahertz, which means 2.5 gigahertz. And the L5 band is 1.196, 1.176, which probably falls in the UHF range, right? It's important, it's critical mission of ISRO, and it really helps. Go through these details and it will be very useful for you. Having knowledge about the different orbits, the LEO, MEO, and GEO, you must have knowledge about them. There could be questions related to that. So be prepared to answer those questions also, right? Satellite navigation service is NAVIC. Then we have satellites, have been developing satellites. We have the communication satellites. We have the Earth observation satellites. Then there are scientific spacecraft. Then there are navigation satellites. Again, this is the part which is, you can say, that general knowledge related to ISRO activities. Maybe knowing about the highlights of these informations can be useful for you. There could be some questions to judge your keen interest about working in ISRO, right? Then there is mention about an acronym called BHUVAN. What is the application of BHUVAN? This is again data which is available for downloading, right? So just know the purpose for which BHUVAN is being used. It's a part of the National Remote Sensing. So it's an Indian geo platform of ISRO, right? So just know a little bit about the activities. BHUVAN and BHUNIDHI, these are the 2 terms which are used in conjunction with each other. Okay. Satellite navigation service, I have already talked about. Okay. Now we come to the application form, which is forming a part of your call letter. First, we'll cover that, and then we'll talk about the detailed this thing. Gokul, unless you have first, second, third, the outstanding student award or the best outgoing student award will not matter. It has to be with a specific mention, first, second, third. They are clear in that. So please, there is no point in asking me questions on this. Okay, because they are not going to honor any other form. You can carry it with you, all right. If they give you, well and good. If they don't, you knew it. Okay. I'll just run the video. That's a 9-minute clipping. Let me run it for you. I'm present, but you can raise questions during the time when the video is playing. There is no problem. Let me turn off the video and turn off my video, and I'll share the video. Do let me know if the volume is clear to you or not. Okay. Giving you guidelines for filling up the application form. It's important. I'll try to be as crisp as possible. Let me just share that document so that you are able to take a look at it. Let me first start with the declaration. I'll start with the declaration. That's the simplest of the documents because you are supposed to fill up the declaration also. You can download it from the website of ISRO. Basic particulars only, nothing which requires you to get more details. Point number 2, are you working somewhere or not? If you're not working, then strike off employed and leave unemployed without striking. If employed, are you working in a government, quasi-government, autonomous organization? If you are, then tick mark that box. Otherwise, tick mark the private box, private organization box. Your name, your signature, your roll number, the present official address, if employed. If you're not employed, then that is not required. Okay. And that's about it. Place where you are residing and date on which you are filling up the form. It doesn't have to be the date of your interview. It can be before that. And the declaration, the advertisement number is ICRB:02:2025. EMC, the date is, I think, 27th of May or 29th of May, whatever. You can pick it up from your call letter itself. Right? So this is the first part of the documents which you have to be filling up. Let's take a look at the second part. We'll just take a look at the second part which needs to be filled up. Again, sharing this application now. It is part of your call letter only. The instructions are clearly to be read carefully in the call letter. Take a careful look at the instructions. Okay. You see, this was a document which was shared with me by one of the candidates who's been shortlisted. So I've removed the registration number and the roll number as applicable for that particular candidate. Date of interview doesn't matter. The venue of your interview for electronics is Ahmedabad, and the venue for computer science is Bangalore. The venue for mechanical has not yet been declared, but it may be Thiruvananthapuram. It may be Thiruvananthapuram, right? But we will know only once they declare the interview schedule and the venue, right? This interview is subject to you fulfilling the condition that for electronics, your degree has to be in electronics and communication engineering with an aggregate minimum of 65% marks or a CGPA of 6.84 on a scale of 10. And the second condition is that you must have completed the degree in the minimum period stipulated for completion of the degree. Standard is 4 years. If you are having a lateral entry, then the time for completion of the degree is 3 years, right? For dual degree, it is going to be 5 years. All that is permissible by ISRO. The age limit as on the 16th of June 2025 is 28 years. You will notice that they have asked you to fill up the age as on 16th of June 2025, because that is what was mentioned in the call. Now, I have highlighted some part which is with regard to your working in a PSU or a government department or a semi-government organization, that you have to carry a no objection certificate. Otherwise, you are not permitted to appear for the interview and no travel allowance will be paid. It's clearly mentioned in the advertisement also, right? The biometric, they will capture the biometric of all the candidates who are coming to the venue so that the identity can be verified at a later stage. All those are standard practices, right? The class by which you can travel and the payment of the travel allowances. At the time of application, they have already taken your bank details. So make sure that your bank details which were submitted at the time of making an application to ISRO is a valid one, right? Then the documents which are required to be carried with you, originals, there will be no excuse for not carrying originals. The degree has to be completed by August 2025. They have written in the advertisement itself. So there is no excuse that you can give कि sir मेरे पास degree नहीं है, मत करना ऐसा, नुकसान होगा, right? Then the details which are required, this is the application form which they have enclosed along with your call letter, the name of the candidate, the registration number, the date of birth, and age as on 16th of June 2025 in year, month, days. Graduation course, whether it is BE, BTech or any equivalent nomenclature, you have to write here. I have mentioned it in reading. Then the specialization, it's electronics or computer science or mechanical as the case may be. Duration, it's 4 years for BTech and 5 years for dual degree, already mentioned. Name of the board or university, don't write any abbreviations. Please write full. Did you graduate from IIT, IISc, IIST, NIT, or institute with top 20 NIRF ranking? Write it carefully. Check the NIRF ranking list, which is available on the NIRF website, and fill up as applicable. Okay. Date of acquiring the qualification, this is the date of the final semester result, not the award of the degree, because the degree award can be taking place after 6 to 8 months of declaration of final result. So it is the date of declaration of the final semester result, right? Which means completion of 4 years of your studies. And the exam result declared in CGPA or percentage, strike which is not applicable. If it is, right? Have you been awarded a rank in the top 3? If yes, fill it up. If not, not applicable. Okay, but you will be required to carry the documentary proof in the document verification stage. Whether the course was through correspondence, part-time, open distance learning, it should be no, it was not through this. It was a full-time course. Whether the institute is recognized by UGC AICTE authorized government body, it has to be yes. If the degree is awarded by a foreign university, then the equivalent certificate issued by the Association of Indian Universities, you can get it from the website, which is there in Delhi. Okay. If the final degree certificate is in percentage, then fill the details. Semester-wise, maximum marks and marks obtained. At the end, the sum total of the total maximum marks and the sum total of the marks obtained. Divide marks obtained with maximum marks to get the percentage. Calculate it to within 2 places of decimal, right? Okay. The name of the degree with specialization to be filled up, name of the university, the stipulated duration of the course. These are all standard. Declaration that I fulfill the eligibility condition. They keep on asking for this declaration so that you don't make any mistake in filling up the details. And then, of course, the name of the candidate, signature, registration number, and roll number. Write in legible handwriting. Whenever it's a question of writing your name, write it in capital letters. It's important so that there is no ambiguity in reading it out. All right. So this was a part which I really wanted to cover by way of this short discussion. As far as the main biodata form is concerned, there is already a video available, which I'm going to be sharing it with you. I'll probably run a small part of it during the session which I'm conducting so that you are aware of what I'm talking about. All right. Pay attention to every detail and don't make a mistake. Okay. I'll just show you that application form because that's something which can be definitely shown to you. Let me just share it. As of now, they have not yet uploaded it on the website for the EMC. But this is the one which is there, which is available on the call details of the earlier one, the CEPO. In all likelihood, it's the same form which they are going to ask you to fill up. And it is the detailed instruction for filling up this particular biodata form that I'm referring to. There are a few points which need attention. So go through that video carefully so that you don't make a mistake. All right. Thank you. Right. Now we come to, I'll just run a glimpse of this detailed application form filling video. Obviously, I'm sharing it with you. And see, you must have noticed that I was playing it at a slightly faster speed. I don't think you faced any problem in terms of understanding what I'm trying to say, right? Let me just play that video, a small clipping only. I'll not run the entire video because that you need to watch it carefully. It's important. Is required to be picked up. Let me just share the screen with the biodata form. Again, do let me know if there is any problem with regard to the audio. In fact, what I'll do is I'll try to play it even faster than what I played earlier. चलो अभी 10% पे करते हैं, कोई बात नहीं. I'll be mailing all these things to you in a folder, which will be shared with you. But this mail will come to you probably by tomorrow evening.
forward day after maximum. One moment. Hope you are able to see this.
So because
Right.
this is a
I
form
hope
which
you
I
are
had
able to see
recorded long
this
back,
form.
but then the
Let me
form
put
has not
this
changed
talking
except
box
for
on
the
the top
sequence
so that
of
it
one or
doesn't
two.
obstruct the view. Right. Now, when we talk about this form, this is the page 1 of the biodata form. Let me start. From the very first column, which is on the left-hand side, you have to fill up the application registration number. Remember, the registration number is different from the roll number. Roll number is what you get when you went for the exam. Registration number is what you get when you are registering for making the application to ISRO. Here it is the registration number which is required to be filled up by you. Then we come to the advertisement number on the right hand side. Advertisement number, in fact, the slide which I was sharing, it had the interview number, the advertisement number. Let me put it in the chat box also for your ready reference. Page 2, column 8 starts with your educational background, right?
Right. Prashant, I'll ask you to unmute. Just give me a minute. I'm almost through with what I wanted to cover so that I can address questions which you may be having. Right. Uh, Broadly, this was the coverage which I wanted to give. Homework for you clearly is you have to watch that video which gives you the detailed instructions about filling up the main application form. I don't know whether they are going to upload it tomorrow, day after, but then take a printout and then fill it up in neat, legible handwriting, right? The significance of each and every field is clearly covered in the video that I'm going to be sharing with you. Play it at 10 or 15% faster speed. It's a 29-minute video. If you play it at roughly 10%, 15% faster speed, you'll be able to cover it in about 22 minutes. It's worth spending those 22 minutes. Believe me, it is worth spending those 22 minutes because it will help you avoid making any mistakes. There'll be no overwriting or anything of that. That anyway you can avoid. अगर एक पेज पे गलत दिखा गया तो नया पेज लेके नया फोटोकॉपी उठा के उसके ऊपर क्लियरली लिख सकते हो. गलतियां मत करना बस. ये इंपॉर्टेंट है. It's an impression making opportunity for you. That's the thing which you have to remember. Bas, that's it. Please raise your hands so that I can start unmuting you one by one. Please. And in fact, I'll start with Prashant only. Prashant, you can unmute. Please unmute. प्रशांत आप अनम्यूट कर लीजिए बेटा.
गुड इवनिंग सर, प्रशांत पटेल.
यस बेटा.
सर मतलब ये था कि जैसे अगर रिलेटिंग टू सिग्नलिंग एंड टेलीकम्युनिकेशन में जॉब है
हाँ
तो उसमें सर ऑप्टिकल फाइबर का जैसे यूज आता है हमारे में कम्युनिकेशन पर्पस के लिए.
ठीक है.
तो इस बेसिस पे सर हम मतलब उसमें क्वेश्चन
आप कौन सी
एक्सपेक्ट कर
कंपनी में
सकते हैं
काम
कि
कर रहे हो? इन विच कंपनी आर यू वर्किंग?
सर मैं DFCCIL डेडिकेटेड फ्रेट कॉरिडोर
ओके ओके.
इन सिग्नल एंड टेलीकम्युनिकेशन.
Right, right. They are also laying optical fiber network along the route.
यस यस
They
सर.
are. And obviously, the intention will be A, to make use of that network for their own purpose, for the purpose of the railways, as well as the extra bandwidth which is available that has to be sold in bulk. Am I correct?
यस सर, नॉट फॉर सोल्ड बट दिस फॉर कम्युनिकेशन पर्पस इन रेलवेज.
बट उससे उसमें बैंडविड्थ तो उनके पास बहुत ज्यादा होगी ना बेटा. बिकॉज ऑप्टिकल फाइबर मींस ऑलमोस्ट वेरी हाई बैंडविड्थ अवेलेबिलिटी. और इतना यूज थोड़ी होगा रेलवेज का. मेरे को याद है
हाँ
एट
सर,
वन पॉइंट इन
इसमें
टाइम.
जो है तो
हाँ बोलो बोलो प्लीज.
सर इसमें जो है तो अभी रेलवेज में जो है तो कवच सिस्टम जो है तो
हाँ.
वो मतलब प्रोग्रेस में है.
ओके
इसमें सर जो है तो सैटेलाइट कम्युनिकेशंस का भी थोड़ा जो है तो वो रहता है.
ओके
तो
ओके.
उस पर्पस से जो है तो क्या क्वेश्चंस बन सकते हैं क्या इसमें?
इज देयर एनी एप्लीकेशन ऑफ गगन?
नो सर.
गगन इज द
एप्लीकेशन
इनिशिएटिव
ऑफ
ऑफ
गगन
इसरो,
में
यू नो दैट. It's a joint
सर
initiative
इसमें
of Airport Authority of India and ISRO.
सर
उस
इसके बारे
कॉन्टेक्स्ट
में
में
भी वो
नहीं है,
नहीं
रेलवे के साथ नहीं है कोई कनेक्ट इसका।
नहीं सर, इसका वो नहीं
नहीं,
है, मतलब ये जो है तो जीपीएस और नेविगेशन के उसमें है सर थोड़ा।
तो बेटा उससे
जीपीएस।
रिलेटेड तो सवाल पूछ सकते हैं आपसे।
अच्छा।
ऑप्टिकल फाइबर नेटवर्क से रिलेटेड पूछ सकते हैं आपसे, बट बहुत
हाँ
डेप्थ
हाँ
में
सर।
नहीं पूछेंगे, बिकॉज दैट इज नॉट द मैंडेट ऑफ इसरो।
ओके सर।
द मैकेनिज्म ऑफ, आई मीन द टोटल इंटरनल रिफ्लेक्शन वाला कॉन्सेप्ट आपको क्लियर होना चाहिए, वो जरूरी है।
यस सर।
बट बहुत ज्यादा डिटेल में उसकी नहीं जाएंगे। But are you using digital communication? Are you using analog communication? What are the limitations? What are the high points? What about the security aspects? वो areas आपको prepare करके जाने पड़ेंगे।
ओके सर।
Which section are you posted in presently?
सर इन प्रयागराज एंड कानपुर सेक्शन पर।
Okay,
ये
प्रयागराज
उत्तर
कानपुर,
प्रदेश।
ठीक है। Okay, so this is basically the eastern corridor. Am I right?
यस सर, ईस्टर्न कॉरिडोर।
Eastern corridor. So what is the present progress of this eastern freight corridor?
सर ईस्टर्न कॉरिडोर इज लाइकली completed सर, एंड
Okay.
likely to be completed sir,
Right.
and new corridor is proposed in this sir budget.
अच्छा, वो कौन सा होगा?
Sir, this is EWDFC corridor, which is from Surat to West Bengal, from
सूरत टू वेस्ट
via
बंगाल,
Nagpur,
ओके।
via
ओके ओके
Nagpur sir.
ओके, कटिंग अक्रॉस, कटिंग अक्रॉस।
Yes,
राइट,
yes
ईस्ट
sir,
वेस्ट हो गया। ये तो पूरा ईस्ट टू
yes sir,
वेस्ट हो गया कनेक्टिविटी। ठीक है,
yes sir,
ठीक, ठीक है। एक्सटेंट ऑफ कवरेज के बारे में आपसे पूछ सकते हैं। प्रैक्टिकल
yes sir,
डिफिकल्टीज इन कम्युनिकेशन क्या फेस की जा सकती हैं, उसके बारे में पूछ सकते हैं।
yes,
Though it is not directly relevant to space communication, but then there could be, it is to judge your knowledge about communication engineering. That's why. ओके,
yes sir.
तो उस एस्पेक्ट को जरूर प्रिपेयर करके जाइए। ठीक है।
और सर इसमें जैसे कि मतलब हमारा प्रोजेक्ट से रिलेटेड सर कुछ आ सकता है क्या, जैसे हमारा 3 ईयर 4 ईयर्स का जॉब एक्सपीरियंस अगर है तो
नहीं, मतलब
इसमें।
डिटेल्स रिलेटेड टू द टेक्निकलिटीज, not in terms of the hurdles faced or slow progress or fast progress or measures taken to improve the progress, उस एस्पेक्ट पे नहीं कवर करेंगे बेटा। They are more into groping about your technical knowledge, subject knowledge।
ओके सर।
हाँ, बिल्कुल। ठीक है।
ओके सर,
राइट।
थैंक यू सर।
ओके बेटा। Yes, please. Anybody else, please? You can write a message and then you can unmute. Yes, Akanksha, please unmute. आप अनम्यूट कर सकते हैं बेटा।
Good evening, sir.
यस बेटा, गुड इवनिंग। आपका
Sir,
बीएआरसी
actually,
इंटरव्यू कैसा
just
हुआ?
sir, it was good, sir.
इट
एक
वॉज गुड।
मेरा 1 घंटा चला था ये सर।
ठीक है,
But
ठीक है, ठीक है, चलिए, हाँ प्लीज कैरी ऑन।
ये सर, sir, the second point है general awareness in the relevance to the area of specialization. सर ये point थोड़ा मुझे
एरिया ऑफ
like थोड़ा
स्पेशलाइजेशन
सा
तुम्हारा
doubt
है
है।
इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स, इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स एंड
Sir,
कम्युनिकेशन।
mine is mechanical. Sir, mine is
मैकेनिकल है तो
mechanical.
मैकेनिकल में जो स्पेस रिलेटेड कॉन्टेक्स्ट है ना, उसको कवर करने की जरूरत पड़ेगी। दैट इज इट, which means liquid propulsion systems, because that is something which is the ongoing thing as far as ISRO is concerned। एक वो एरिया कवर करने की जरूरत पड़ेगी, और दूसरा मटेरियल्स प्रिपेयर करने की जरूरत पड़ेगी। मैराजिंग स्टील इज वन ऑफ द मटेरियल्स which is in use by for space applications। I'll be sharing a couple of write-ups which I had sourced quite some time back। I'll be sharing those with you people। मे बी यू ऑलरेडी हैव इट, क्योंकि बीएआरसी के भी टेक्निकल सब्जेक्ट वाले फोल्डर में पड़ा हुआ था वो, अगर आपको ध्यान होगा तो आप उसको देखोगे तो आपको मिल जाएगा। अदरवाइज एनीवे आई विल बी
Okay,
शेयरिंग
sir.
इट वंस अगेन।
Okay, sir. Sir, they have allotted the marks for the ranking in the college. Sir, since my college ranking is 1, I was a gold medalist in the
ओके,
mechanical,
ओके।
but my university ranking was 4th in the whole
यूनिवर्सिटी नहीं चाहिए,
university.
इंस्टीट्यूट रैंकिंग मांगते हैं वो।
Okay, sir.
उन्होंने
So
यूनिवर्सिटी
sir,
रैंक थोड़ी
should
मांगा
I?
है, तुम्हारे कॉलेज का रैंक मांगा है।
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
यूनिवर्सिटी
तो
रैंक की
फिर
बात
मैं,
ही मत
sir, I
करो
have
ना
a
तुम।
certificate also.
ले जाओ,
Yes, sir. Yes.
तुम्हारे पास कॉलेज का सर्टिफिकेट है ना फर्स्ट रैंक का, ले जाओ,
Yes, sir.
ले जाओ।
Okay, sir.
4 नंबर मिल जाएंगे। 4
Okay.
नंबर है ना उसके?
Yes, sir.
बस तो फिर 4 नंबर बोनस मिल जाएंगे, ठीक है ना?
Yes. Yes.
मटेरियल साइंस इसरो में बहुत ज्यादा डिफिकल्ट नहीं है। बीएआरसी के लिए मटेरियल साइंस के क्वेश्चंस बहुत मुश्किल होते हैं, बट इसरो के लिए मटेरियल साइंस के क्वेश्चंस बहुत ज्यादा मुश्किल नहीं होंगे। सो इवन इफ यू वांट टू प्रिपेयर मटेरियल साइंस इट विल बी फाइन, बट कॉम्पोजिट मटेरियल्स के लिए बहुत अच्छी तरह प्रिपेयर करना पड़ेगा।
Sir, in the final year, I have a project on a refrigerator, which was a solar peltier-based refrigerator.
तो पूछ सकते
So,
हैं
sir,
तुमसे सवाल, पूछ सकते हैं,
yes, sir.
पूछ सकते हैं।
Yes,
But
sir.
then, as I said, ISRO is not very particular about going into project details. But here, because solar is coming, because space is coming, they may ask a couple of questions. ज्यादा टाइम शायद स्पेंड नहीं करेंगे।
Okay, sir.
Okay, right.
Okay.
Yes, please. Anybody else?
Thank you, sir.
Right, beta. Okay. Anyone else, beta, who wants to ask? So many of you are sitting, no questions at all. I'm very happy that whatever I'm saying is being understood so clearly by each one of you. Thank you. It gives me full marks in terms of communication. Am I right? But please make a note of my email ID. कभी भी किसी भी तरह का hurdle face करते हो, write back, you will get the answer. एक आध केस में डिले हो सकता है because I'm seeking the answer to your question. Otherwise, my answers generally reach you within 24 hours. Okay? But do go through the contents which I'm going to be sharing with you. And that's it. That's it. Practice reading out aloud from your textbook or from your subject book. It will help you in expressing yourself effectively during the interaction in the interview. Nisha, please unmute. निशा भारती, am I right? अनम्यूट कर लीजिए बेटा, आप अनम्यूट कर सकते हैं।
ओके सर, गुड इवनिंग सर।
गुड इवनिंग बेटा।
सर, इसमें जो एप्लीकेशन फॉर्म लेके जानी है वो टाइम ऑफ फिलिंग वाली एप्लीकेशन फॉर्म या अभी
दोनों
फिल कर?
दोनों दोनों, वो उसका भी प्रिंट आउट अपने साथ रख लेना।
वो तो मेरी मिल नहीं रही है सर।
वो नहीं मिल रही है?
नो
उसको
सर,
डाउनलोड करने का उन्होंने कोई लिंक नहीं दिया हुआ शायद।
पता नहीं सर।
जब आप
मैं
लॉगिन
तो
करते हो, जब आप अपने लॉगिन से लॉगिन करोगे तो शायद अवेलेबल होगा। नहीं मिल रही है तो बट ये तो लेके जाना ही है। और इसमें कुछ क्वेश्चंस रिपीट किए हैं उस वाले एप्लीकेशन फॉर्म के।
ओके सर।
मेरे पास उस फॉर्म का भी प्रिंट आउट है। आई कैन क्विकली शेयर दैट ऑल्सो। लेट मी जस्ट चेक इट आउट। मेरे पास वो भी पड़ा हुआ है। आई
ओके
हैव
सर।
दैट ऑल्सो।
सर, मेरी एक और इश्यू थी सर।
पूछो पूछो बेटा, पूछो प्लीज।
सर, मेरी ब्रांच इलेक्ट्रिकल एंड इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स थी और मैंने मेनली इलेक्ट्रिकल पढ़ा है, क्योंकि मेरे में हम दोनों में फॉर्म फिल कर सकते हैं, इलेक्ट्रिकल इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स दोनों में। पर
हम्म
सर, मैंने जो इसरो में फॉर्म फिल किए थे वो इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स से कर दी थी।
हम्म।
मुझे ज्यादा नॉलेज तो नहीं है, तो
नहीं पर
मुझे।
बेटा, इंटरव्यू तो तुम्हारा पूरा इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स का होगा, इलेक्ट्रिकल का नहीं होगा। आपने अपनी कन्वीनियंस के लिए इलेक्ट्रिकल इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स का भरा था ना।
यस सर।
उनको तो उससे फर्क नहीं पड़ता ना। देयर रिक्वायरमेंट इज इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स।
यस सर।
So you have to be ready to face questions of electronics. That is the thing.
ओके सर,
वो
सब्जेक्ट
चीज क्लियर है
प्रेफरेंस।
बेटा। हाँ बताइए।
सर, सब्जेक्ट प्रेफरेंस मतलब क्या होनी चाहिए फिर?
जो मैंने बताए हैं, एनालॉग एंड डिजिटल इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स इज मैंडेटरी।
ओके सर।
सिग्नल सिस्टम्स कर सकते हो, कंट्रोल सिस्टम्स कर सकते हो।
ओके सर।
बट आपके पास बहुत ज्यादा वो लीवे होगा नहीं, मेरे को लगता है।
ओके।
दैट्स अ प्रॉब्लम बिकॉज दे आर रिक्रूटिंग इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स इंजीनियर्स, नॉट इलेक्ट्रिकल इंजीनियर्स। दैट्स द रीजन। ओके।
ओके सर।
हाँ। मैं एक मिनट, वो जो एप्लीकेशन फॉर्म है जो सबमिट किया था आपने एट द टाइम ऑफ अप्लाइंग, आई विल जस्ट शेयर दैट आल्सो बिकॉज इसके कुछ कंटेंट ऑलरेडी इसमें इस वाले एप्लीकेशन फॉर्म में भी आएंगे।
ओके सर।
यस, आई एम जस्ट शेयरिंग। आई थिंक यू आर एबल टू सी इट ऑन द स्क्रीन। 2 पेज का ही है, ज़्यादा नहीं है कंटेंट इसमें। भागता है because it is in the form of image. Your full name as per the 10th class certificate, then gender, email address, category. Are you ex-serviceman? Are you a person with disability? Whether working in central government, PSU or autonomous organization, whether working in central government, there is an age relaxation of 3 years in that case. Your father's name, date of birth, DDMM, YYYY, then address for correspondence. This is one part of it. Then the second part of it is related to, okay, then what is the nearest railway station? And then they are asking you for the bank details. This is for reimbursement of the travel expenses. Educational qualifications, your degree is BTech or BE or whatever, then branch is electronics or mechanical or whatever. Then result status is obviously it has to be declared because the date of filling was late enough. Institute's full name, university, course type, right? It was semester wise or whatever. Then marks type, whether it is CGPA or percentage, month and year of passing, class obtained, rank if applicable, then full duration of the course in semesters. It will be 8 semesters for a regular course. CGPA obtained as awarded by the university, then details of 10th, 12th, then details of the center. That's it. This was the information in the form which was at the time of applying. So nothing major. मेरे को लगता नहीं कि शायद इसकी requirement भी होगी. तो nothing to worry. Nothing to worry really.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Right. Okay. Any other aspect, beta? Any other person having a question? Anuranjan, I hope you had joined from the beginning only. Yes, beta. Is there any other question? If anybody has, then we'll continue. Otherwise, we'll close the session so that I can get busy in preparing the mail which has to be sent to you people. I don't want to delay it. आप लोगों को इंटरव्यूज तो स्टार्ट होने वाले हैं ना. कंप्यूटर साइंस के लिए तो थोड़ा टाइम है, बट yeah, computer science is starting from 20th and electronics is starting from the 15th. Right. Okay. Well, if it's all good, then can we close the session? Okay. We'll just close the session at this point, and with once again my clear-cut message. Feel free to write back. I'll see if I can have another interaction with you people before the start of the interview so that I can put your anxieties at rest to whatever extent it's possible. We'll be very happy to do that. But subject knowledge will play the supreme role in your selection. Subject knowledge coupled with ability to convey it properly are the sure recipes for making you get selected. That's it. Closing my session at this point now. Thank you very much. My best wishes to all of you. Prepare well, practice well, and get selected. Best wishes once again. Bless you all.